Welcome back to another round of Absolute 2901 Productions, 48 Media, and A Partridge in the Pear Tree. It's a lot of moving parts to this, but welcome back.
What's going on, man?
Hey, nothing much, man.
All right, so for those that don't know, it's your man Eric.
And this is Marlon.
If this is your second time coming back, then we definitely appreciate you taking the time to listen to episode 1 of another round of Absolute.
Yes.
We pretty much just covered how we met, how we linked up, and how we got to where we are now. Hence the name, Another Round of Absolute. I know I done said it about 50 times, but you're going to hear it a lot more just to get stuck in your head. You're going to be dreaming about us when you go to sleep. Another Round of Absolute.
It's not a bad thing.
As it should be normal. If you did listen to the first episode, make sure you go back and like, subscribe, comment. Just let us know what you thought about it. All of that stuff helps us, man. It helps us grow.
Yes.
It helps us, get better at this, since this is our very first time doing this. So we new to this.
And also, just to say thank you. Thank you for listening, because I will say, in my opinion, I was surprised. It got more listens than I thought it would.
I didn't know what to think, because the only thing I could think about is I hate the way I sound. I was like, nobody's going to listen to that shit. They're going to hear me and cut it off.
Speaking of that, what did you think about the first episode? I'm sure you listened to it. Well, obviously, it had to be edited and things like that. So what did you think about the first episode?
I thought it turned out pretty well. I mean, other than the fact that I kept talking like this, trying not to say like and
RoboCop
stuff. Right. Other than that, I actually think it turned out pretty well. What about you?
I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was fun taking a stroll down memory lane, just thinking about a lot of the stuff that we went through, a lot of stuff that we did, highs, lows, things like that. I thought it was really good, just a good stroll.
I think we did end up going back, and when we were listening to it, actually realizing that the first song that we recorded was
we just forgot it again.
Yeah, I did, because I was about to say quit acting.
It was Showtime. The first time that Absolute ever performed as a duo, and the first song that we ever recorded was called Showtime, which had it was heavy violins in there, right?
Yeah. And
to me, it was a great intro song.
Yeah, I think that's what we created it for.
Yep.
Specifically for an intro song. Mm-hmm. So, all right, so enough about the past. If you want to hear the rest of that, then you got to go back to listen to episode 1.
That's right.
Before we get into our main topic, I mean, it's been a week since we linked up.
Right.
So what's been going on with you?
Honestly, man, I live a boring life. So only thing I've been doing was probably on social media a lot, promoting the show, getting critiques. That's pretty much it. Just running around, just doing a lot of running around.
Ain't nobody told. Well, I had one guy, my homeboy Robert.
We miss Roberts.
I had my homeboy Robert call me. And he actually told me what he thought about the first episode. And he said that was his first time actually listening to a podcast, and he listened to the whole thing. And it's an hour and some change.
Right.
Which I thought was great that he actually listened to the whole thing, because just like him, I didn't listen to too many podcasts before we started doing this. So I had already been trying to figure out what's a good way to get people like myself who aren't familiar with podcasts and who don't listen to them on a regular basis to be more interested in them.
Right.
So he just gave me his views on that. And I'm trying to put some of those suggestions that he gave me into action to help us along. So shout out Robert.
Is his last name Kelly?
Nah. Nah. I hope you're listening to this one.
I'm just kidding, Robert, man. We appreciate you. I appreciate you.
The reason I asked you what's been going on with you, because I always end up coming across some weird shit. It leads me to this question. Why do old people like to touch? I don't get it. I worked with this guy before, and it was only once, but it was for 8 hours. And when he saw me a second time, he was like, "Hey man, what's your name?" I said, "My name's Eric." And he shook my hand. But when he shook my hand, he just held on to it. And I'm trying to like go, and he was like, oh yeah, that's right. Last time I saw you didn't have all of this. And he touched my face. Like, motherfucker, I ain't Santa Claus. Why are you pulling on my beard?
That's hilarious.
And I didn't know how to react because one, you in a professional setting, and two, you can't just punch people. So I'm lose at this point.
Right.
Because I can't say, get your hands off my face, motherfucker.
Yeah, you have to just take that L. There's no other way around it.
It made me so uncomfortable, though.
Of course.
But what made it extra weird is the fact that he wouldn't let go of my hand, so I had nowhere to go. And you know, he had that old people strength. So that was L number one.
Do you think he was testing you?
I don't, because
Like, not like in a sexual way, but just, you know how sometimes on jobs, like people rib each other, like joke around and stuff.
Nah, if we were working together that day, then maybe I would have thought that. But I brought it up to another coworker, and they were like, "Yeah, you do the same thing to me." And I was like,
Well, maybe his vision is going bad, and that's the way he can remember y'all, just by touching y'all.
I don't know, man.
You say he old, right?
I'm Charlie Murphy is that. Next time, I'm gonna just have to take that pay cut.
Yeah, that's very interesting. I don't think I've ever had a man touch me in my face that I can think of.
When you put it like that, it almost made me want to edit that part out. Never had a man touch me in my face before.
I don't even think my father touched me in my face now that I really think about it.
Not a big fan of L's, but I do meet some very interesting people who like to share maybe a bit too much.
Okay.
I don't know if it's because when I'm in a certain setting, I don't talk a lot. I don't tell people too much about my personal life.
Right.
So I guess they feel, okay, Eric's not gonna talk. Let me just talk his ear off. If they're used to doing it, that's fine. But I just get people telling me the weirdest shit. I was working with this one lady, and she's on the phone with her sister.
Okay.
And her sister is in the bathroom, and she's sick, and she's like trying to blow something out of her nose. So the girl is just
Can you hear this, like on the phone?
Yeah, she's on FaceTime with her sister.
Oh wow. Okay.
So I'm sitting there trying to mind my own business, and you're in close proximity to these people.
Okay.
So I hear her sister trying to blow something out of her nose, and the girl is just like, let me see what color it is. I'm just like, that's some nasty shit. And then,
are they black? Okay. That's not any offense to like any other nationality. I'm just saying.
I just thought it was weird.
Okay.
And then out of nowhere, I hear the girl say, you remember that one time I was sick and I drank your breast milk? It was like all brakes hit, full stop.
Somebody, you need some milk.
That shit caught me so far off guard. I was like, what the hell? And then I just tried to play it off like I didn't hear it. But then she says, I don't want you to think that I'm just like some weird person who just goes around drinking breast milk. And in my mind, I'm like, too late. Well, I already think that. You can't take that back.
Well, okay. Oddly enough, I have drunk breast milk before. Now,
on purpose?
it has some variables to this. Okay, so I was probably about 12. And this is before I was lactose intolerant, because now I'm very lactose intolerant. I would clear a room if I drunk some whole milk. But anyway, I come in the house from playing outside or something, so I wanted to drink some milk. I come in, I go in the refrigerator, get the milk out, pour me up a cup, I start drinking it. I said, "Ooh, mama!" I said, "Mama, this milk's spoiled. Did you just buy this?" And she said, "Let me see." She looks at it and she says, "Boy, I don't want to say the person's name. That's such and such milk. That's the baby milk." I said, "So why is it spoiled?" She said, "Because it's breast milk." And I never looked, like I was man, I was effed up. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, I can't believe I just drunk this motherfucking breast milk. And she's laughing. Everybody's laughing. I'm like, well, first of all, your titty milk is spoiled because it ain't supposed to be like that if that's the case. Because it was bad. Like, it had a bad taste to it. I'm pretty sure my little, I don't want to say the person. I'm pretty sure the child was, it's probably why they got a problem now.
Drinking spoiled breast
It was bad. Like Dave Chappelle said, the milk's gone bad. Like, it was really bad. She must have been like all the bad calories and the grease and like she ain't eat a salad at all. It was bad. Yeah, I'll never forget that. F me up.
Some weird shit just been happening lately.
I mean, I have weird stuff like that, like historically, not lately. I try to stay away from the front area so I don't have to deal with all the weird stuff. So I just try to chill in the back now. But I mean, I've seen stuff where people have came when I, anybody knows me know I spent a lot of years in hospitality, so I've seen people check in, come downstairs, and like 5 minutes later and say, "Oh, we don't want the room," and they went upstairs and had sex in less than 5 minutes. I've seen it happen. Like Bernie Mac say, "Fucking ain't nothing but 50 pumps. Count them if you ain't got nothing to do." So it don't take long. Foreplay just add on time. So I have a bunch of weird stories. I'm sure you do too.
I think we'll be here all day.
Oh man,
like reminiscing about all the old shit that we done had happen to us or to somebody that we know. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, last thing I'm gonna be on here talking about is being catfish before catfish was catfish. So, I had way too many experiences with that. All right, so we're coming up on a new year.
Yeah,
2018 is about to be over with. Finito, out of here.
Actually, this is our second episode overall, but last episode for 2018.
Yeah. I mean, we could have just been like, let's just wait till the new year and make it a New Year's resolution to start a podcast. But, man, fuck that. Just do it now. And for most people, we were around the time where they start thinking about New Year's resolutions. What's your thoughts on New Year's resolutions, Marlon? Because personally, if you ain't did the shit by now, don't even call it a New Year's resolution.
Right.
Because you've been procrastinating this long. Just don't even tell nobody you're going to do it. Just do the shit.
I agree. That's where I'm at with New Year's resolutions. I think you should just do it instead of telling people what you're going to do. First of all, your plans or whatever you have going on is nobody's business. Just do it.
Yeah.
For me personally, what I don't like about New Year's resolutions are, since I work out a lot, I go to the gym and it's always a million people in there. And I'm just looking around like, you won't be here. You won't be here. Your ass definitely won't be here. Like, you can look at the people and tell who's not going to make it. Like, all right, this motherfucker, he's going to try. He'll last till April.
That was probably me.
Like, I look around.
That was
like,
probably me.
They hogging up all the equipment. And I'll just be saying to myself, like, none of you son of a bitches are going to make it. I think that's the one resolution that gets on my nerves. Because I know they're not going to make it.
And so if you're looking for support for your weight loss, Marlon is not the one.
I am not the one, because I know you're not going to make it. Like Joe Clark said on Lean On Me, you'll be dead in a year, son.
I know I was that person at least twice before.
But you're more avid now. I mean, even though
I was. It was some... Okay, the only reason I'm not in the gym now is because I recently moved maybe about a couple of months ago.
Right.
So it's still recent to me. So shut up if you got opinions. Because most people like, recently, I thought you was talking about a week ago. No, it's been a couple of months since I moved. But the gym membership that I have is like 40 minutes away from where I live. That company isn't close to where I am now.
Did you cancel?
I didn't because I got a good deal.
Oh, okay.
And if I ever move back to that area, then I don't
You good to go. Okay.
Right. I mean, it's not going to kill me to keep the membership.
Okay.
So,
Well, speaking of resolutions, I pulled up from Trip Savvy the top 10. So number 1 is spending time with family.
as a resolution?
As a resolution, I guess some people. I mean, I'm a family oriented person. I spend time with my family. However, I mean, like the goal at hand is to try to get this bag. So that's more like that's not more important than family, but it's a high priority, and it has to be a balance.
I'm very much into spending time with family.
Right.
And I don't get to do it a lot because a lot of my family are in different states. So I just end up working majority of the time and not really having the time to fly here or fly there. I mean,
Right.
just at the last minute, or if I plan on doing it, it's going to take a minute. But I'm very family oriented. And if you have to make a New Year's resolution to spend more time with family, I'm sorry to tell you this, but you probably don't like your family that much.
True.
Because it should be effortless.
Should be.
You know what I mean? So, I mean, I know I got family members. Like, I could probably care less if we spent time together or not. I mean, I know it's harsh to say, but like everybody has certain family members where they're just like, oh Lord, cousin
Families
such
are
and
like
such,
cliques.
or uncle such and such, or auntie such and
Right.
such. That one part of your family that you just don't want anybody to ever meet.
Yeah, I always feel like families are like cliques because you got a certain clique that's gonna hang, then you got another clique that's gonna hang. They talk about that clique. So personally, it doesn't even really matter to me, because family is not always the people that you got the same blood running through your veins.
That is true. And I would definitely rather spend more time with the friends that I've had for years on end that know me better than most of my family probably does.
Agree. I mean, it's different between being family and relatives. So that was number 1. Number 2 was fitness, as we talked about. Number 3 was
Ain't gonna make it.
you got to April. So number 3, which is interesting, is called Tame the Bulge, which is same as fitness in my opinion. It's weight loss. Number 4 is quit smoking.
Wait, let's go to Tame the Bulge. Because one, that kind of sounds like a porno. And 2,
That does sound like a porno now that I think about it.
that title is kind of suspect. What are they? Tame the
Hey,
Bulge.
shout out to Slim. Just playing with you, Slim.
So what I'm getting from that title, Tame the Bulge, is not that you necessarily want to lose weight. Well, it's not so much as getting like cut and slim and like get your six pack showing. You
Right.
probably just at the point where if your stomach isn't hanging over your belt buckle, then you're fine. That's what it seems to be.
I guess.
But for now, we just gonna tell everybody that it was a porno. We didn't mean to
You
click on
thought
that
more
one.
into it than I did. All right, quit smoking is one.
If you still smoking 2018, you must. I ain't gonna say
Well, it
that.
depends on what you're smoking. I support cannabis. I don't do it because I can't. Enjoy life more.
You should be doing that anyway.
You should be doing that anyway because life is
damn
too
way.
damn stressful. You need to enjoy life. Don't let people, jobs, places, situations stress you out. You should enjoy your life
Absolutely.
because you're going to die one day. You're going to die stressed or die free. Quit drinking. Well, I made a point to not drink after, I forgot how old I was. I think it was right after my mother passed when we went on a trip to Panama City, and when I went to sleep and woke up and I didn't like my surroundings and situation, well, I don't know how I got in that situation. I was like, I'm not going to drink anymore. So I stopped drinking.
Every time I was ever at the point to tell myself, I don't like that feeling. I don't think I'm gonna drink anymore. It'd probably take like 2 weeks, and then next thing I know, I'm at somebody else's birthday party, Jarvis, and getting towed up.
That's who don't need to drink.
That's who absolutely don't need to drink. Sorry, Jarvis. I can't put it 100% on JJ because he'll tell you he don't want to take the shot. But
He is coerced into taking it. Yeah,
every single
that is true. That is true.
He posts memes all the time about that say shit like when you know you don't need to take another shot, but your friends don't give a shit or something like that.
Right.
I mean, I'm pretty sure we have photos when he has his head in the toilet somewhere and we're all just like in the bathroom door. My bad, bro.
Pick him up out the ground. Get out of debt. That's one. Get out of debt.
I did that. So, I mean, besides my student loan, which is a debt that never goes away, I don't have anything that I'm not dodging bill collectors. I can say that.
So what? Yeah. No, you know what? I don't really have debt, but what I do have is those robocalls that get on my nerves. Mm-hmm. Hi, this is Sarah. I'm calling you because you need a warranty on your car. That drives me insane.
Robocalls that tell me I need a warranty on my car, I probably wouldn't get mad at because I probably do need a warranty on my car.
Well, I would never buy another warranty from those type places again. I had one before.
But what I really can't stand is the calls that I get and they say, your warranty is about to expire. I ain't got no warranty.
Right. I get those too.
They're so irritating.
Okay, learn something new. I think you should want to do that regardless of what time of the year it is.
Yeah. I think I've definitely did that this year. I've definitely dedicated the first 6 months of the beginning of this year into learning something new. That's
true.
So
that is very true. Helping others.
Why'd it get so quiet?
Fuck them people. No, I'm joking. I mean, I think it's always a beautiful thing to help people.
It is.
I love helping people. I would like to do more things like I don't want the publicity or nothing, but I would like to just go. It may sound crazy, but go buy a shitload of crystals and just go up under the bridge and give it to the homeless people. I do stuff like that. I have done stuff like that, and I want to do more of it.
Bro, wouldn't you just get super pissed if you did that and went down there and then one of the dudes was just I don't want no damn crystals.
I be like, you son of a bitch. Yeah, I would be offended. Like shit, I bought a sack full, you mother.
Get the hell on you and your crystals. Disturb my sleep.
I was gonna buy your ass the sunrises in the morning, but you done messed that up. Nah. Yeah, I would be offended. That was just an example when I said crystals, though. But I have taken food down to the bridges and stuff like that, and talk to homeless people. I enjoy helping them. I really do. Because I feel like it's one of the most underrated things. Homeless people, I usually correlate homelessness with mental illness. Not all the time, but sometimes. Because it's some people can get help. It's either mental illness or either addiction. And I just feel like they need help.
Yeah.
So last but not least is get organized.
I am definitely not one to extensively plan something. If that's part of organization for me, I'm not very good at it. That I could definitely use help in that lane.
Oh, dude, I'm one of the most organized people you will ever meet. I overthink everything, and everything has to have a place.
With me, it has to be something specific. But at the same time, when I focus on something, I kind of get tunnel vision.
Yeah, you do.
So I can't juggle multiple things at one time, all the time. If it's something simple, maybe. But if it's something that I really, really want to get done, I can't do multiple things at one time. I have to make sure that one thing is done correctly to the T before I can move on to something else.
I think I'm pretty good at multitasking. I'm not I can multitask in things that I know how to do, and I can do that effortlessly. But yeah, I think I'm pretty good at multitasking and being organized. That's easy. Half this list I already do. So why do you think that resolutions are so popular?
Because people want to. I don't want to say people want to make themselves feel important, but I think it's just like social media to me. Resolutions are like social media.
Okay.
You want to spread you want to spread your resolution to everybody. You want to let everybody know what you plan on doing, what you got going on. But when really behind the scenes, you ain't really planning on doing half of the shit that you're talking about.
And then you get quiet when you ain't doing it. Speaking of that, I will say this. One of my pet peeves about social media is, oh, it's 2019. It's a new me. I'm dropping exes. I'm dropping my debt. I'm dropping bad people out of my life. All things going forward. Like some old stupid cliche. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It's idiotic. It's like you're putting out your personal business on social media. If you got more than one ex that you're still dealing with, you're a fool. If you got a bunch of bad people in your life, so you just, okay, you know what? It's December the 30th. You guys got 2 more days in my life. What the hell is that? It's stupid. No, Steve, don't say nothing to me. You got 2 more days.
It does seem like that. For some reason, it happens all the time.
All the time.
And I don't even think that, I think it's just more popular towards the end of the year.
Right.
Because you see stuff like that on social media all the time throughout the year. Mm-hmm. You see it. People say the same thing. Just what you were giving examples of. And to me, if I'm gonna cut you off, I'm gonna just cut you off.
Just cut you off.
Like,
that's it.
I don't feel I'm too grown to have to explain to you what you're doing wrong.
Right.
Like, we not in a relationship.
Right.
Like, we either friends or we not friends. And if you screwed me over, you know you screwed me over.
Right.
So why do I have to say you screwed me over? So this is what it has to be. No.
It's stupid. It's stupid. I have such a pet peeve with social media. I know it's a vehicle that we all need when you're a public figure, but Jesus, I just get so tired of people putting out their laundry. Like, have you ever seen when someone, this is a great one, and if the person that posted this sees what I'm about to say, I apologize, but you're an idiot. So this chick, I won't say the person's name, but they posted one day, I'm cooking breakfast for Bay. Took the picture of the food, and food looked good. Girl did a good job. Nigga ate good, I guess. But anyway, so they post a picture of the food that they took to the dude. Then they went to lunch. The same day took Bay to lunch, took a picture of him eating. Okay. And I think like 2 weeks later, I have to love myself more than anybody else would love me, and God got my back. And I thought Bay had your back 2 weeks ago.
But newsflash for that person, you should be loving yourself anyway. Like, I'm probably the last person anybody should ask for relationship advice or anything like that. But if you don't love yourself or know how to be your own person before you're in a relationship, then what makes you think you're going to be able to just change? You can't look to somebody else to complete you. Like, there used to be something that I thought I needed, like, when I was younger.
Right.
Like, as far as relationships go, I used to always think that you have to have that one person that can complete you, and then your life will be, like, your relationship will be great.
Yeah.
But the older I got, I realized that you have to be complete first. You have to be happy 100% with yourself first, and so does the other person. And then you all can grow as a couple together.
Right.
But if you're missing a part of you, or if something in you is missing that you need fixed, you can't expect somebody else to do that. Now, if you just happen to come across somebody who can help you get there, then that's one thing. But don't look for that person to, like, oh, you were supposed to fix me, or I can fix him, I can change him, or I can change her. It's not gonna happen. That's just my opinion.
And I agree with you wholeheartedly, but the nigga got 2 meals out the deal. Like, it's crazy. Like, I've never been a believer in putting my personal life on social media. It's not because I got anything to hide. It's just that my personal life, I do hold, it's valuable to me, and that's my life, and it would never be anybody else's business. So I'm not going to put that I made food for somebody and then took them out to eat, and then now I need God. I'm just not gonna do it.
See, I had to learn from myself that I can't like brag about my significant other all the time to my friends and then turn around and then like degrade them or complain about everything to my friends also. I have to, I mean, things are good as far as everybody else can see. Like if anything is wrong in my relationship, I'm not going to go run to my friends and be like, oh man, this and this and this going on. Because 2 weeks later or 2 hours later, I'm going to be right back in love with that person.
Well, I think it's okay to vent to your close friends. However, I think if you do it habitually,
I'm going to close my damn vent. Your ass. You got a time limit with me. And that's what I had to like, once I came to the point where I was telling people, like, you have a limited amount of times that you get to complain
you got
to
30
me
more minutes
about a specific person in your life. After that, I don't want to hear the shit no more.
Right.
So
because it becomes repetitive.
Right. So I'm not gonna go do it. I'm not gonna go do that same thing to somebody else.
Yeah.
Any problems I got in my relationship, I'm gonna handle with the person I'm in a relationship with.
That is hilarious.
30 minutes is my
message.
limit. And that's just for like that's all together. If you complain to me 2 or 3 times in 15 minutes, your 30 minutes gonna get cut short.
Is that daily or just in general?
In general. In general. So if I've known you for how long we known each other? 12 plus years?
Yeah.
Yeah, 12 plus years.
I ain't got no time.
But I don't think you even used your 30 minutes.
I probably haven't.
But if
because I keep things close to the vest.
I say 30 minutes per relationship.
I try to keep things close to the vest because I feel the same way. Because if you complain all the time, like that, it's like that becomes the main piece of your friendship.
Right, and then you got us looking at the person you're in a relationship with crazy every time they come around. Still with them. Right, and then we gotta smile and be like, "Hey, how you doing?" And then when they're gone, like, you know. Hey, no, like, all right. Like, thankfully, I haven't had to dislike any of the significant others of my friends. As far as past go, well, y'all ain't with them no more. So, because all of my friends are married. So, if you married and you got issues with your significant other, which I'm praying that you don't, because your 30 minutes starts now.
That's hilarious.
Your 30 minutes starts now.
30 minutes.
30 minutes, man. So if you gotta have a long marriage, it's between you, your wife, and God.
That is hilarious.
I only come over here when you like, if you just like, bro, I need a drink. That's all I need to know. Because in the long run, when you're friends with somebody, like I've been friends with you and Mike and Jarvis and Rashad, when we're friends like that, I don't want to look at your wives any differently than I do now. Like everybody that I know that's married, that I've been around, like I love y'all. You know what I mean? Y'all my family. So if anything happens with that and y'all part ways for whatever reason, I don't want to look at that person different. Like just be like, okay, you had your issues, it didn't work out. It just didn't work out. And if y'all can't stand each other, y'all just can't stand each other. 9 times out of 10, I'm not gonna see that person.
I agree with you. I feel the same way. I totally feel the same way. But just 30 minutes. No, I was just saying that's an inside joke. It's an inside joke. That's hilarious though.
You know, I cannot remember this guy's name, but I think his name was Mad Skills. He always did an end of the year wrap up.
I thought it was Uncle Murder.
Not the New York. I mean, I think Mad Skills is from New York too, but it's definitely not Uncle Murder.
Because he does like a year in review.
Uncle Murder?
I think.
I mean, if he does, he's definitely not the first person to do it. Because Mad Skills, I've heard him doing it for like years.
Okay. Well, maybe it is Mad Skills.
So, which brings me to this. What are your 2 favorite songs of the year and your 2 worst songs of the year?
You know, to be honest with you, and this is going back it's a habit now. Like from the Absolute days, I don't really listen to music. Like literally, I don't even have speakers in my car. So, and then I also take that time because that's like my me time because I'm always on the go. That's my me time, like when it's quiet. So I really don't know what's out there. But I will say my favorite song is Wraith by T.I. and Yo Gotti.
Dude, you hit the nail on the head with that one, but
Every time I hear that song, I be wanting to perform.
Man,
that song make me go.
I love that song.
Oh man, what you talking about?
Like, I gotta make sure I'm stuck in traffic when I listen to that song, because if the expressway is wide open, my pedal is to the flow every time I hear that song.
Man, I be in that cup. Fuck.
Yeah, so that's definitely on my list as one of my favorite songs of the year.
Yeah, so okay. I don't have a worst song. I would say this, and I know everyone loves this album, but I'm totally against Drake's Scorpion. I never listened to it. I know everybody like Kiki and all that stuff, but the reason why I never listened to it is because I felt like a great artist like Drake should never have bit the name Scorpion, because Eve was the first person to have an album named Scorpion. So I refuse to listen to Scorpion, Drake's Scorpion, because he bit another great rapper's album called Scorpion.
I have heard Scorpion, but it was only because I needed something to listen to when I was driving down to Florida. And that's a 6-hour ride. And I think Scorpion was a double album. So I figured I'm not going to take the time to listen to it any other time. I figured I didn't have anything else to do while driving. So I did listen to it. I can't recall any songs on it that's not on the radio. It's not something that I would go buy again. Well, I didn't buy it the first time, but no. I wasn't crazy about it.
I'd say album of the year is Dime Trap.
Absolutely.
That album is amazing. And that's the thing. I listen to albums when I work out. So that's the only one that's been memorable to me.
Out of this year? Now, I don't know if, well, from the 2 albums that I did listen to, Dime Trap, the end of the year, I've been listening to it.
Okay.
Well, before that, the only other album that I listened to consistently was Cardi B.
I've heard songs off it. I haven't heard the whole album.
Her album was way better than I originally thought it was going to be.
I think I think she's super talented. I think she's running female hip hop right now.
I can agree with that. I mean, most people would be like Nicki Minaj, but I think, I don't know, Cardi B had way more songs on her album that I was like, that kind of go.
She makes me move. I would say that.
Yeah, Nicki is a bit too pop for me.
Way
on
too
her
pop.
albums.
Nicki lost me. Nicki lost me with her first album because it was too pop. I remember all these features she did. Like, and I still say one of the best features I've ever heard in life is when she was on Monster.
Who was on that song with her?
It was Rick Ross, Kanye, Jay-Z, and then her.
Do you think it's because she had those guys on there?
I thought she had the best verse on there.
But if it was just her, do you think she could have carried that whole song alone?
Yes. I mean, Ross had the worst. Fat motherfucker, now look who's in trouble. And don't get me wrong, Ross can go. I love Ross. But he had the worst verse on there. I would say it was Nicki first, Kanye was second, Jay, then Ross.
I can't even recall her first album. Was it like Moment for Life?
It was too pop.
Was that the
all
one that
that
was on
super bass and all that. Super bass. It was too pop for me.
For me, you already said number one song for me this year was Wraith, T.I. Second song that would be on my top 2 best songs of this year would have to be J-Rock, Win.
Never heard it.
Man, that song, that is like an anthem song.
Okay,
I know most people probably be like Lil Duval, Living My Best Life, but that J-Rock, Win, that shit go.
Okay, with the Living My Best Life song, it kind of comes off as a it comes off, and people don't get mad at me for saying this. On Speaking My Mind, you know, another round of Absolute. Please like and subscribe. But it just comes off as like a whore getting justification for being a whore. I'm sorry, like, you know, like, you sleeping with 10 dudes. I'm living my best life.
Wait, was that in the song?
I'm getting herpes from you niggas. No, it's not in the song, but it's like, this is what I meant by that. Like, you have some women who have taken the song and just made it an inspirational vibe for them. Then you got some women, I've know some women that are like, that should not be using that phrase.
So they use it to
what
justify
they're doing,
what they do.
justifying what they do.
Oh, okay, I get what you're saying.
It's like they have really taken that song and made it a whore's anthem. Not a hoe, but a whore.
But they do say you made a killing last week on fraud. Smile, bitch.
Oh, man. Like,
it's like you're kind of condoning.
It's fictitious though. It's a fictitious song. So then you
I think it's more comedic than anything.
Right, that's the way I look at it.
So
and then now you got people out here with itchy kitties living their best life.
If that's how they want to live their best life, I mean,
that's sad. Smile, smile, bitch. If you burning all the men, smile, bitch.
We probably gonna end it on that before we start to say shit to get us in trouble. We definitely appreciate everybody tuning in for another round of Absolute for a second time. And before we forget, follow us on our social media. You can follow us on Instagram at ARO_Absolute. You can follow us on Twitter at ARO Absolute. No underscore in that one. You can follow us on 2901 Productions on Instagram and Twitter. And anything else we forget, and we'll just post the links wherever you're listening to this at. Let us know if you like it. If you don't like it, still let us know.
Yeah, we got to improve.
Yeah, and most of the time, if you're just saying shit just because you want to critique something, I mean, go ahead. Get your Twitter fingers on. We don't care.
I agree.
You can't please everybody. And we're not here to please everybody. So for those that do like the content that we give, come back for more. And for those who don't like the content that we give, come back twice for more and bring friends, because in the end, you helping our ratings go up. Smile, bitch.
And a good night on that note.
All right.